Good morning. Just now, a couple minutes or so past the top of the 11 o'clock hour, and locally the weather is pretty chill outside, as far as rain is concerned. Exactly the opposite, though, temperature-wise. We're really soaring up now, temperatures well into the 80s. But want to start with the big picture here because we have a lot of weather going on just to our west through the mid-south, North Georgia, on into the southern plains, out west, mountain snow, valley rain, where they need it, but it's still causing some problems. And basically here we have a big old dip in the jet stream, and for now it has little, if any, impact on our forecast, but that is going to begin to change here gradually over the next 24 to 48 hours. So we have a big old dip in the jet stream, kind of a ridge of high pressure overhead for now, and this area of low pressure sitting here over the desert southwest is pulling in a lot of moisture, and at the same time we basically have a stalled out cold front off to our north and to our west, extending back into the state of Texas. So just think about it like this. We have moisture moving in from the Gulf. We have moisture moving in from the Pacific. A little dip in the jet stream is lifting all of that moisture. So is that stalled cold front wringing out the sponge. And they're getting a lot of rain, big time weather maker there. A cold rain at that for portions of the southern plains. In fact, we have some video and some pretty crazy sound on this. Flooding from the Llano River. Here, take a listen to this. You can really hear that rushing of the water. Again, this is classic flash flooding, water going over a bridge there. In fact, last check, they were evacuating several folks. Kind of a difficult thing there. That area saw 8 to 12 inches of rain overnight into this morning on top of wet soil. And that is the second major flood crest from that river within the past 2 weeks. So obviously an area that was drenched, seeing even more rain, and you're seeing flash flooding, raging rapids right there going over that bridge, cutting off folks that normally would use that highway to kind of get to higher ground. And of course, not going to alarm anybody, but that same weather maker that's causing all the nasty weather to our west and bringing record cold to this part of the country is going to be impacting our forecast. Now, that's not the case today, and we're not going to see rain like that. We're not going to see cold temperatures like that, but I do have cooler weather and a rain chance in the first alert forecast. Outside right now, though, we are warming up quickly. Remember, we had a little bit of fog this morning, some low cloud cover. That kind of kept temperatures in check early in the day. And for that reason, we're a little not behind schedule, but not quite as warm as we could have been had we woken up with a sunny sky, early on, 6:30, 7:30 in the morning. But already up to 82 Savannah, one of the last areas to see the fog completely dissipate. 79 down in Brunswick, 86 though already in Vidalia, 85 Hazelhurst, 84 Waycross, 84 Jessup, Claxton, 82 Statesboro, 83 Sylvania, and we're going to warm up very, very quickly heading into the late morning and the afternoon hours, and that's going to allow for near record high temperatures coming up this afternoon. Before we get to the forecast and the slight chance of rain today, I do want to answer a few questions coming in, address folks commenting in this feed. Leticia, thank you for watching. Jess, hello to you. Hello, Sue. Debbie says, I'm sick of the hot weather come on winter. Be careful what you wish for. The rest of October, I think it's going to be chilly. We have at least frequent cold fronts through the last 2 weeks of October going into the first stretch of November. In fact, if we play our cards right here, we may have a chilly Halloween. Not set in stone yet, but it's certainly possible. Patricia, thank you for watching. Eloise, hello to you. Josephine, what about Vidalia? Same story, near record high temperatures today, just isolated rain chances today. Cold front moves through late tomorrow into Thursday, and we're going to cool off, we're going to dry out. So not a big difference in the forecast, no matter where you are watching from today. Let's see. Vicky says, I think today is beautiful and cooler. It is. It's certainly not bad, but we will heat up. We're going to be near 90, 92 this afternoon and cooler. Barbie Ann, thank you for watching. Lisa, good morning to you. Patricia says, hello, visiting from New Jersey. Chilly here. And it definitely is chilly up there. You're going to warm up a little bit, and then you all too up in New England, the Mid-Atlantic, New Jersey, New York may have a pretty significant storm system off the coast, maybe some much colder air as we get just a little bit later into the month of October, kind of approaching that Halloween time period. Again, just some early indications of that at this point. Aquila, good morning from Philadelphia, though I'm from Savannah. Glad to have your viewership. Hopefully you're enjoying the cooler weather and probably some fall colors by this point up there. Barbie Ann says, no, nice Halloweens are so much better. No hidden costumes. Nice Halloweens are great, but no one wants a hot Halloween. That's not a nice Halloween in my book, at least. It's nice to have some chillier air. Jenna, how old am I? I look to be 22. I will, I will tell you I'm not 22. I'm a little bit older than that. Let's see. Patricia visiting from New Jersey, or visiting son in New Jersey. Okay, so you're enjoying the cooler air up there. Diane says, good beach day, Hilton Head. I think so. No significant weather issues. Certainly warm enough. The water temperature is starting to cool just a little bit, but I do think warm enough to certainly go to the beach. In fact, let's bring up a live camera for you. Taking you outside, WTOC Dozier Law Riverfront Sky Cam. Look at all that sunshine, camera not moving too much, and the rain chance today, while we may see a few pop-ups, is pretty isolated. Temperatures, that is the story today. In fact, I'm going to show you high temperatures right now. 90 to 92, pretty common away from the coast and south of the Altamaha River, Jessup, Waycross, Alma, Douglas, Baxley in particular. Isolated late day, late afternoon, early evening showers possible. 89 Darien, 92 Hinesville, 89 Statesboro, 91 Rincon, 91 Savannah. And zooming down into the metro, again, the beaches, if you live east of the Truman, water temperature is now cooler, little bit of a cooling effect. You're still warm, you're still humid, but cooler than the west side of the metro, Guyton, Pembroke, Elabelle, Black Creek, Rincon, over to Meldrum, Bloomingdale, those areas closer to 90. Similar story up in Hampton, Hardeeville, away from the beaches, 89, 90 or so, but maybe 86, 87 there on the island. Jenna, thank you for watching. Pat says she will see me Saturday. That is awesome. Again, on Saturday, I will be 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Front Porch Coffee House in downtown, or Old Pooler, across from City Hall. That's going to be West Collins, I believe, right at the intersection with Highway 80 eastbound, raising money for Susan G. Komen, my Bigwig campaign, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. I would love to see you there. Any donations, a smile, a good conversation, and a portion of the mocha drink sold there will benefit my campaign as well, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. More on that coming up in future days, going deeper into the work week, the news at daybreak, but I would appreciate to see anybody out there. Now let's go into the chance for rain today. Again, it's not widespread. It's pretty isolated, but we do have the isolated chance. Patricia, thank you for watching. Glad I'm here too. Jenna, I am older than 23. Yeah, we're just gonna keep going. Dave's laughing over there in the background. Tracy, good morning to you. Hello, Connie. Glad I could be of amusement. Jenna, it doesn't happen too often. That's also got a laugh out of Dave. Ish wants to know, how is the weather today in Savannah? So it's going to be warm. It's going to be humid. Record high temperatures possible. Probably should have told you earlier. 91 is what I forecast for the airport today. Savannah Hilton Head International Airport on the west side, Pooler. The record is 90. That was set all the way back in 1941. Not a sure bet we break it just yet, but the fog may have helped keep us a little cooler for a little longer this morning, but the sun is now out. We are quickly warming up, and I think we're going to be close to tying, if not breaking, that record. So here we are, 2-3 p.m. It's hot by this point. Notice this little white banded cloud cover right here. That's the sea breeze. So, you know, getting kind of sciencey here. Here's what happens. Kind of simplifying it a little bit. You know, the sun is beating down on all of us, coast, ocean, inland communities as well, but the land heats at a different rate than the ocean because of physical properties, you know, water versus solid, different soil composition and stuff like that. And that imbalance forms a little mini cold front, which tends to move inland from the beaches and lift the air and lift the clouds to grow taller, 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 and eventually, in some cases, tall enough to produce some showers, maybe a thunder shower or two. Carol, I'm younger than 28, and we do have an isolated rain chance today. So that's one thing that may spark off an isolated shower through 5-6, but also today, middle Georgia, an isolated thunder shower or two may develop and move back towards the coastline late afternoon and early evening. Notice how this isn't much to write home about, but maybe a few lingering sprinkles through the early evening hours well west of the city of Savannah. Can't rule out an isolated shower late afternoon into the evening, but today is not a washout. Just want to get that point across. It's really a warmth story. Lionel, you're getting closer. Rhonda, good morning to you. Good morning, Tracy, and I hope you're all having a great day out there. I'm going to go ahead and show you the 7-day forecast. This is the weather that we are tracking today and for the next few days, and I can kind of pull this out, give you more detail here. Again, today, tomorrow, very similar as far as the look and the feel of the day. Lower 90s Tuesday, near 90 Wednesday. again, near records or breaking records today, tomorrow. Wednesday into Thursday, we have a cold front blow in. In fact, I'm going to bring out the 3-day forecast here, and I can give you more detail on that front. So if you don't want the heat, if you don't want the humidity, if you want that fall weather back, perhaps the coolest weather, in fact, pretty confident in that, so far this fall, even cooler than it was over the weekend, then you're going to want to get outside Thursday. And here we are Thursday, high temperature, upper 60s, lower 70s, mornings begin in the upper 50s, lower 60s, just depending on where you are. And by midnight, already winds, again, Wednesday night into Thursday morning out of the north. You're waking up 6:30 or so Thursday morning, temperatures upper 50s, lower 60s. There is a little bit of cloud cover around, but mostly dry. Look at that breeze out of the north and northeast, 10 to 15. Probably, though, some small craft advisories in effect offshore. It's going to be a windy day offshore, not the best for boating Thursday. Or fishing. You know, the marshes can be pretty windy. Sustained maybe 15 to 25 going into the afternoon, again out of the north and east, with temperatures in the upper 60s and the lower 70s. That is with low humidity, and that is with at least some sunshine. So Thursday, heat haters rejoice. I promise you, fall weather lovers, it's going to be cooler. It's going to be windy, even 210 in the afternoon, with temperatures struggling to get into the mid-70s. And some folks may stay closer to 68, 70 further north and west. Talking to you, Swainsboro, maybe Screven County, Hampton County, over to Vidalia, Toombs County, Tattnall County, Montgomery counties. These areas may stay closer to 70. And by 6 p.m., we're beginning to settle down the winds. And that is why, as I jump back over to the 7-day outlook now, you'll notice Friday morning is going to be pretty chilly. Thank you for watching, Jenna, and appreciate the fun. Carol, thank you for watching. Michelle, again, a little bit off there still. Dana Rivera says, we wonder why everyone's getting sick right now. Yeah, kind of two things. Probably some of the allergens in the air, the fall bloom a little bit, because different things, bloom different times of year, different times of year, I should say. And also the drier air tends to allow some of these allergens to float around a little bit more as well with the breezy winds that we've been having. But of course, the crazy temperature range can have a little bit of something to do with that. Certainly can help weaken your immune system a little bit. But here we go. So I'm going upper 50s Friday. We may be cooler than that. It simply is going to depend on how clear we get Thursday night into Friday. Some data, notice the forecast here, keeps some cloud cover in the forecast. We need it to be calm. We need it to be dry, and we need it to be clear in order to cool as much as possible, what we call radiational cooling, Thursday night into Friday morning. I don't think the equation is just perfect, so we're probably going to hold temperatures up in the upper 50s to near 60. But if we calm down and clear out, we may be down in the mid-50s, coolest temperatures so far this fall. We start to warm up Friday, noticing the difference, but still pleasant. Friday evening, Saturday morning, we actually have an increasing chance of showers, a couple of thunderstorms on your Saturday. Here's the deal. As we get these little systems moving through, I'm going to draw it on the map for you here. We tend to, in between them, have the flow return out of the south and moisture return. So I'm going to draw it out, and hopefully this helps a little bit. Here's kind of how things tend to work this time of year and why the weather tends to be a little crazier. So just bear with me while I draw this out, and hopefully this will make some sense to you. And I'm going to go ahead and draw a few different cold fronts. This is not what it's actually happening right now, but more of a descriptor of how things, hypothetically happen. So just bear with me here, and I'm going to go ahead and draw these out. And this is kind of what's going to happen here over the next few days. That's why temperatures are a little bit wild here. So what happens is, let's say you have a series of cold fronts, right? That's kind of what we have going on now, one lined up after the other. The flow behind these fronts is out of the north and west, bringing down chillier air. But eventually that moves away. And as the next front approaches, you know what tends to happen? You have more of a southerly flow, which in our neck of the woods brings the moisture in from the Gulf and the Atlantic and some cooler air. Vice versa, on the north side, again behind the storm system, you have more of a northerly flow, and this area of low pressure brings warmer, more moist air ahead of it. So we always tend to warm up a little bit and moisten up a little bit before we cool off and we dry out once again. So that's just what's going to be going on here for the next few days. That's kind of the weather pattern. Very typical to cool down behind the front and then warm up pretty quickly ahead of the next one, which is pretty par for the course at this time of year. Let's see. Thank you for watching, Carol. Jenna says, I'm sure it's weather related. Definitely. There is, this time of year tends to stress people's immune systems. A lot of folks talking about allergies might haven't been too bad so far, but certainly something that we're going to be probably dealing with more and more of as we get a little bit deeper into fall. Angie and Shane McLean, so you think end of October we'll have colder temps that stay around? It's possible. A lot of the data is indicating, and here's something else I can draw out for you, that we're going to have a big old dip in the jet stream across the central and eastern United States that is fairly persistent, but let me remind you, we're talking a week and a half, 2 weeks out here, so uncertainty is very high, and to have the forecast to, occur exactly like some of the model data is indicating this far out would be very unusual. But what data is indicating is that we'll have a ridge in the west, or a little bit more of one, maybe some energy or a little dip back here in the desert southwest, but generally west coast, a bit of a ridge, and a big old trough central eastern parts of the U.S. that allow batch after batch of chilly air to move on in. Again, that's kind of the end of October. That's what it looks like now, and it fits some of the other puzzle pieces that we're watching, but it's not a guarantee. Tracy, thank you for watching. Jenna says my face turns red. It's not because I'm embarrassed or anything. I naturally just have rosy cheeks, so if I get to talking a lot and it's warm in here in the studio today, certainly my face may get red, and that's probably the cause there. So again, on a weather-related note, time now 11:18. Just want you to know that we're talking record high temperatures today, near record high temperatures tomorrow, isolated rain chances today and tomorrow, and then the cool down Wednesday night into Thursday morning, back in the lower 70s Thursday for highs with a breeze, with low humidity. Similar forecast for your Friday. And I will be in Pooler, Front Porch Coffee House, West Collins, Highway 80 eastbound, right across from City Hall. There 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturday, raising money, collecting money, saying hey. Even if all you want to do is come out and say hey and see the storm chaser, that's absolutely okay too. But for my Susan G. Komen Bigwig campaign, you can find out more information on that. That's why I'm wearing the pink wig in the photo, and you may see some other photos here over the next few weeks floating around of me in a pink wig. That is why I'm raising money for the local Susan G. Komen of Coastal Georgia chapter. My Big Wig campaign, I'll be out there doing the same thing Saturday. And that's when our next cold front moves in. Sunday into Monday, we may be in the upper 40s next Monday, struggling to reach 70 next Monday with a, again, breezy to windy sort of day out there early next week. Reminder, 10-day forecast, even looking beyond that cold front, you can get the latest in the WTOC weather app. You can also stream Chief Meteorologist Dave Turley's forecast here coming up the news at noon. Even if you can't step out of the office, you never have to miss the news. You can watch it in the app starting at 12 p.m. Go out, enjoy the heat. I know you don't want it. Cooler air is on the way, but still go out and have yourself a great afternoon.